Good evening, guys, and welcome to today's class. My name is Anobu Peter, also known as Master P of Master P Fashion World. I am a unisex fashion designer and a fashion tutor, and my aim is to help you become a better version of you in what you do. This 3 days class was organized by Master P Fashion World in respect to our anniversary. When I mean anniversary, I mean my 11th year anniversary as a fashion designer and 3 years and 4 years anniversary of Master P Fashion World. So this class is a kind of a gift back to the society session that we've organized in respect to their anniversary. Okay, so our focus for this class is branding your fashion business in a digital world. That is our theme. And yesterday we were able to, which was the one, we were able to look at the concept of branding in a digital world. And today, that is day two, we'll be looking at the tools for branding in a digital world. And yesterday, while looking at the concept for branding in a digital world, I told you that we define some terms here because a couple of you that are here were not present in yesterday's class. I'm going to be recapping just the terms. Okay, so we flow in today's teaching. You can listen to the recording after the class. That is the yesterday's recording after the class, and then uh, grab what we discussed yesterday. Okay, so yesterday we talked of the concept of branding in a digital world, and I told you that branding in a digital world is a process of creating a strong positive perception of your company, its products and services in the mind of your customers, leveraging on the availability of digital tools and the advance in technology. That was what we define branding and digital tools is branding in a digital world rather is. So a lot of value was being dished out yesterday, and if you missed the class, as I earlier said, the recording is in the group, that is the Telegram group. Check it out and listen to it. And then today we will be focusing on the tools to branding in a digital world. The tools for branding in a digital world. The tools for branding in a digital world. So, just as we discussed yesterday, a little bit recap for those of you that were not here, and so we can flow together. I say that the advantage of the digital age that we are, which is the digital world that we are, over the years before now, can help everyone to brand his or her business, no matter how small it is, right from the comfort of your home. Like you don't need to, like before now, you have to pay adverts, or sorry, branding was majorly for big companies who can consistently afford the cost of adverts to pay to radio stations, uh, television stations, newspaper, billboard, and all that. And I said the major one was that yield people do go into more is the radio and the television advert. And it's only big brands that could afford paying for it consistently. And I cited an example of some of the brands that were able to brand themselves so well that time that we can really, really, really still remember about them. And I remember mentioning cowbell. Whenever you see, maybe you are watching NTA, for those of us in Nigeria, you're watching any television channel. Before you know, cowbell adverts come out, and they always end it with cowbell, our milk, a talk of glow, rule your world. So I talked of MTN as well, and a lot of others that we discussed yesterday. So just after the class, take the recording and then listen to it for yourself. Okay. So tonight we are just going to be we'll go straight into the tools that we need for branding in a digital world. And the number one tool that you and I and collectively we need for branding in tools we need to brand in a digital world. Number one is a smartphone. Okay. So please, someone should help me the typing. Oh, someone should help me the typing, please. It will help me track where I am and help others to know that okay, we're actually having classes here. Thank you for the person typing or those typing. All right, number one tool for branding in a digital world like ours now is a smartphone. This is number one digital tool to leverage on. The tool called smartphone is a blessing to our generation. In one of the classes I held on smartphone, a tool for your business growth, and it was in this group, in one of the classes I held about smartphone, a tool for your business growth, I said that a smartphone is like a magical one. The use of it solely lies on how you can use it. No matter how powerful a magical use it, or if you don't know the right magical words to use on the result you want, the magical one will not if you don't know the right words to use on the type of result you want, the magical one will continue to or will always remain seemingly powerless. You might have it in your hand and know that okay, you can actually use this to maybe disappear or do that or do that. But so far as you have not recognized the power of it, you don't know the right magical words to use in in that is used on the magical one, it will definitely not be powerful. It will not work for you. Now I remember all these children film I watched while I was much more younger, all these children American film. This boy kind of carried their his teacher's one. She used magical one. When she want to take them for outing, they just use magical one and shout, oh. She will just turn the magical one and point it. And then the location they have in mind, it will take them there. So this young boy now one day decided to steal that magical one or to go and carry it when the mistress was not around. And then when he carried it, they were just playing and he was just moving about, running with his colleague. And unknowing to him that as he was moving about like that, turning it anyhow, that magical one was performing its own power. It was performing, just listen to my story. It was performing its own power and was turning everybody into a statue. He ran about till the magical one turned everybody in that hall into a statue. He then was like, what happened? What happened? Like he was trying to kind of know what, like try to bring back those people to life, to normal human beings again. He will touch this one, this one will not shake. Push this one, they won't fall, they won't talk. They just remain at the position they were. Why? He did not know the right magical word to use it. So that magical one that would have been of advantage become a thorn or a torment to him because he don't know how to use it. So it was later on when the mistress came that she applied the word right magical words, underline my word, right magical word to the one that, and then stretch it on the people, and everybody came back to, everybody became normal. You get? So what am I saying? That boy in the story I just tell you did not realize the power of that magic. No, he might realize, but he don't know he did not apply it rightfully. He did not apply the right words to it. And then that thing, instead of being a blessing, it became a curse. It started affecting, like it paused everybody for over some hours before the mistress was able to come. The same thing is your smartphone. Your smartphone is a magical one, and that tool in your hand, or that tool that you are using to listen to me right now, if you don't recognize or the value of it, if you don't know the value of it, if you don't know the power of it, you will definitely be like the guy that did not know the right way to apply to the magical one to give him the result he was looking for. You might end up paying for things that you would have used your phone to do. I remember some time back, that was before smartphone became rampant. I had to pay 1,000 naira plus. At least by then 1,000 naira is a bit more valuable than the way it is now. Okay, so I remember paying 1,000 naira plus just to create an email address for me. Gmail, a Gmail address that you can just create with your phone. Now, it will still surprise you to know that now that smartphone is rampant, someone will still be paying even more than that amount for someone to just to go to a cyber cafe to create that Gmail. You get? Why? They did not realize the power of the device, the tool they are having in their hand, which is the smartphone. And as I said earlier, the knowing of the magical words and the application of it is what yield results. So if you don't know that you can use your smartphone to brand your business online, then you will not be able to brand your business. If you don't know that you can use your smartphone to brand your business in a digital world, then it will not work for you. It will only be there. Some of you use a lot of money to buy the phone you are using. Some of you might be using the phone because it's a trendy phone. Some of you might be using it because is of a good it have good camera just to post and just catch phone to feel you've arrived. But beyond that, you can use that to brand your business in this digital world. A smartphone can perform most of the function that a computer does. And when I'm talking about computer, I'm referring to a desktop computer or a laptop. Definitely, you all know that a smartphone is also a computer device. But when I refer to a computer here, I'm referring to a desktop computer or a laptop. Okay. Now, in fact, a smartphone is more easier, it's more flexible, it's more portable, and it's even more fun to use. Like personally, I have a laptop, I have a smartphone, but I've found myself doing things that I should have been doing on a laptop easily on a smartphone. It's not that I don't know how to use laptop. I know how to use it. But like the flexibility of using a smartphone is, to me, I enjoy it more than doing it on a laptop. Instead of, maybe I want to, for example, I edit my tutorials online. I edit them. Now, instead of me trying to using a laptop, I might even be somewhere. I'll be like, oh, I have something to edit and post online. I'll just do that quick. The flyers I do them with phone. You get all the flyers, like the one that for this webinar. I designed it with phone. Why? I've realized the power of this smartphone. I'm using it for my business growth. I'm using it to brand my own fashion business. Okay, so as someone who want to brand his or her business in this digital age, you need to invest in and be intentional about using a smartphone, not just using a smartphone because others are using it. I can spend a whole day teaching you about smartphone and what it can do for you and your business. Okay, but let's go to the next point. I mentioned smartphone as number one. So the next digital tool that you have to leverage on, digital tool to use the next tool for branding in a digital world is social media. The social media. Number one is a smartphone. Number two is social media. Social media. Those typing help out. Number two is social media. Now, what is social media? Social media are websites and applications that enables users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. That is just what social media is. And a statistic according to Smart Insight shows that social media has grew to 4.70 billion people using social media across the world. That is to say that all the social media put together, they have about 4.70 billion people using it all over the world. That is to say, if you have to push your content on these social medias, then you have a chance, or you have chances of showcasing it to a good percentage of these 4.70 billion people. Unlike if you are using a television advert or a radio advert that cover a definite location. You get? So before we continue, did anybody have you gotten any points from what I'm sharing so far? I'm just making noise. Like, what have you gotten so far from what we've discussed? So I won't just talk and end up making noise. Okay, so who is talking? Unmute your mic and start talking right away. From all we've been talking about tools to tools for branding in a digital world, what have you gotten from it so far before we move further? Waiting for your responses. Just tap on the mic and then start talking right away. I'll appreciate more if you type. Sorry, if you unmute your mic and talk. Someone is typing, but I'll appreciate more if you unmute your mic and talk. Should I call names? If you are listening to me, just know that I'm referring to you. I wouldn't want to call names, but so I'm waiting for your responses, guys. You can't just be listening and be quiet. From what we've been talking, just tell me one point you have gotten so far so that I'll know that I'm communicating. If you have not gotten any points, then that means I've just been making noise. Or if you did not understand, it means I've been making noise. So from what we've been talking, what have you understand from it? What have you gotten? What, like, if we are going to end this class now, what can you take home? Let me know. Unmute your mic and talk.
Well, I've learned that the smartphone is very important, more than we think it is, in branding of our businesses. And there are a lot that can be done with your smartphone to make your business, to give it a more attractive brand.
Thank you. Oh, my mic was muted. I don't know. Thank you for the contribution. That means that I've been communicating and now I can go ahead. Okay. So someone else should tell me, just mention, we're talking about social media here. We mentioned the first two, which is a smartphone, and the second two for branding a digital world, which is social media. So can someone should just give me some example of the social media they know? Social media, example of a social media or some social medias that Unmute your mic and talk.
Um, Examples of social media, we have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok too. Eh, I was
Okay.
laughing.
All right. Okay, so I've mentioned Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Who else want to contribute? Okay, someone dropped, Oluwakemi dropped in the chat that we have WhatsApp, Telegram, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Okay. All right. So you guys are all correct. You all are correct. So they are one of the few social media platforms that we have. Just as we've mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Telegram, and a whole lot of them. You get, they are what, the social media platform. WhatsApp is a messaging app, though is also being considered as a social media. Okay, and then statistically, Facebook has 2.934 billion active users. That is monthly users. I'm trying to show you that you can brand your business on social media. Okay, you can actually brand your business on social media. And if you are talking about branding your business on Facebook alone has uh, about 2.934 billion active users as at July 2022. So that is to say, like barely 2 months back. And this statistic is by Data Reporter. Then Instagram has 1.44 billion monthly active users only on Instagram. 1.44 billion monthly active users. That is a huge number of people. Okay, so if you are going to be leveraging on any of these platform or all of these platform that I will mention it tonight to brand your business, then of course uh, you have a more open ground to reach out to a whole lot of people, to tell a whole lot of people about your brand. And what are you going to be doing when you are on this platform? Yesterday, from yesterday's class, I told you that your work is to create a strong positive perception of your company, of your product and services, so that people can remember about you, so that when they see your product they should know that, okay, this is so person's product. We carried out some exercises yesterday and I sent some logo into the group, and then people were able to identify that, oh, this logo, by just looking at the logo without name. If you can scroll up to see that, without name, they were able to identify, okay, A is Dolce and Gabbana logo, B is Versace logo, C is Gucci logo. And then I later sent clothes from products rather. I sent a phone, I sent a polo, and I sent a shirt. And these three shirts were from different brands. So by just looking at the product, someone was people were able to get it right that, okay, the phone is from Apple company, it's an iPhone from Apple company. Why? Because it carry their logo, it carry Apple logo. So by just looking at the logo, they were able to what identify the shirt was from what. The Lonsi shirt was from Gucci company. Why? Though their logo was not visible on the cloth, but by just looking at the red and the green on their clothes, on that cloth, you liken it to be what, a Gucci product. Even if it's a tailor in maybe staying around your locality that made it, you will be likening it to be a Gucci product. Why? Because they are using Gucci brand color. Okay. And then the other Versace product as well, because they saw Versace logo on it, they will say, oh, this is a Versace product. You get it? Now there's a mistake. Before I move further, there is a mistake that tellers usually make when it comes to branding. Like, you cannot be branding your business, and then you cannot tell me you are branding your business and then you are rather branding or promoting other people's business. For example, one of the common mistakes sellers make is you make a cloth, a very nice shirt, and then you attach Gucci label on it. They are green and red. You want to give that international attraction, to get the international attraction to your product, and then you attach it on it, or you buy a Versace, uh, either their stones, and then attach on your product. See, it's not bad when customer asks for it. And I'm not saying this because I have anything bad about these companies that I've mentioned. No, I so love them. I understudy them. Like, I've taken my time to read about Dolce and Gabbana. I've taken my time to read about Versace. I've taken my time to read about Gucci. So I love them. I'm mentioning them. It's not because I have any hatred on them. There are people that are the type of brand that I look forward to. Okay. So mentioning it here should not give you any impression that, oh, Master P hates so brand, or Master P is against so brand. No, but what I'm trying to tell you is that when you make a product, you shouldn't put their own anything that will make the product to look like their product, because when you push it to the market or when someone wear it, they will not liken it to be you that make it, even if you are the person that wear yourself. Once they see the video, oh, she's wearing a Versace shirt, oh, she's wearing a Gucci shirt, oh, she's wearing a D&J product. You get? So this is a mistake that tellers do make, and we want you, as someone who want to brand your business, to correct it. Okay. Now back to the analysis we are giving. We say Instagram have 1.44 billion monthly active users. TikTok have 1 billion active users in 154 countries. You got that? Only TikTok, it has 1 billion users in about 154 countries. Now, if it's a radio station that you are branding your business on, highest, that radio station will broadcast to the locality that you are, or to where it can reach. The same thing goes to the television channels that you might be want to either promote your products there or promote your brand there. It will only be within the reach of the television signal. Okay. But on TikTok now, for example, with your content on TikTok, you have the potential of viewing it to, or allowing people in 154 countries to see you, and you have the potential to reach 1 billion people. Okay. You get? Then coming to YouTube, YouTube has 2.6 billion active users. I'm not giving you this statistic so that you just take it like that. No, I'm giving you so that you will know that, oh, the social media that I use it to catch fun is actually a place that I can brand my business. Now imagine the number of 2.6 billion people like that. Like, you have a potential of reaching those numbers. LinkedIn have 310 million users. Okay, LinkedIn have 310 million users. There's something that we as human do. Like, we devalue things easily. For example, the WhatsApp class for this anniversary has about 100 and something people, 150 something people, if I'm not mistaken. And then here on the Telegram group, we have about 432 members. Now, sometimes when I come here to hold a class, like currently we are less than 10 here. We are less than 10 here. But it does not restrict me from holding the class. Why? Because I have the potential of my teaching here, the value that I'm dishing out here, to reach 432 people. So because less than 10 persons are active in class doesn't mean I have to like just give up and then let's go. No, some might not listen to it now, but they will definitely listen to it. So it's not really going to be a waste of time. It's not going to be a waste of time. The same thing happens when you push content about your brand to brand your business online. People will come and see it. Maybe at a particular time, you might not have much engagement on those contents that you push online. But over time, you discover that a post that you have posted like even 5 years ago, someone will even go and like it. And then another person will see it and like it. You get? That is to say, you have the potential to to brand your business, to create that positive perception about your business in the heart of those people that are your customers and those that have the potential to be your customers, or those that you are targeting to, that these people are the people I want for my fashion business. That's your target audience. Okay? Now, so our focus tonight is going to be on the above mentioned tool, which I say the digital tools. Sorry, why am I mixing digital tools? The tools for branding in a digital world is smartphone and social media. These are the two things that we are going to be exploring tonight. Okay, so when we say that, when I say we'll be focusing on these two, I simply means that we'll be focusing on using your smartphone to brand your business on social media. Using your smartphone to brand your business, to create that strong and positive perception of your business, of your company, its product and services in the heart of your customers on social media, using your phone to do that. Now, how does it work? How will you be able to use your phone and then brand your business on social media? Number one is, it will be possible when you use your phone to create an online presence. That is by using your phone to create an online presence. That is number one. How does it work? How does using your smartphone to brand your business on social media work? Number one, you use your phone to create an online presence. What I mean by this online, using your phone to create an online presence, those typing help out, those typing help out, those typing help out. So what I mean by using your phone to create an online presence is, You positioning yourself on the social media platform so as to brand your business. You positioning yourself on the social media platforms so as to what? Brand your business. And when you are having social media platform, you as a person must know that you are here, that is, you are on the social media to brand your business and be intentional about it. Avoid, you have to avoid posting or using of languages or engaging in trends that will give your brand a bad image or perception. Now, what is the whole thing that we want to do on this social media platform? We want to create a strong and positive perception of our business, of our products, of our services in the mind of our customers. And to do that, we shouldn't involve in posting everything, posting anything, using of every languages. We should be mindful of the languages we use on social media. We should be mindful of the trend we engage on or we involve on or involve in on social media. Okay, to avoid giving your business a bad image. Now, the same way that people can look at you, that is in real life now on social media, the same way that people can look at you and dislike you because of maybe how you talk or how you do things, is the same way people can dislike your brand online by the things you post. Did someone get that point? The same way that people will just dislike you as a person physically and hate you, dislike you maybe because of the things you do, is the same way that, or the things you say rather, is the same way that people can just dislike you on social media. Okay, now when we're talking of creating an online presence, one of the easiest tool to use to create this online presence or to brand your business online, that is alongside to brand your business online, are graphical content. Graphical content. Let's take it over again. I'm talking of you creating an online presence. And simply, when I say you should create an online presence using your phone, I mean go and get an account on Facebook, get a page with Facebook, get a business page with Instagram, get a business WhatsApp on WhatsApp, get uh, get a LinkedIn account, get if possible a TikTok account for your business, and a whole lot of other social media. By doing that, you are creating an online presence, because it's when you are there that you can create content or you can you can brand your business. But if you don't have any account, then you have no dealing with Facebook. No matter how you want to brand your business, if you don't have a Facebook account, you cannot brand your business on Facebook, or you either pay people to do for you or ask others to do for you. Okay, so while you are trying to brand your business online, you don't just jump into branding, doing everything anyhow, any like the way you think or want or perceive it should be. You brand it to attract people and keep them in touch with you. Okay, and for you to brand, to attract people and keep them in touch with you, you need graphical content to brand your business. A good example, a research was carried out some time ago. I read about the research, and then it was discovered that on Facebook, precisely, posts on Facebook with pictures don't usually get reaction like they post with pictures. Okay, post on Facebook with pictures don't usually get reactions like they post on Facebook with pictures. What does that tell you? That okay, so as a brand, if I want to be telling people about my brand, I should be able to what be posting content, not only just write up, but as alongside graphical content. And when I talk of graphical content, we have different type of graphical content that we'll be talking about. So you have to attach them to your write up so as to give people a better image of who your brand or of what your brand is or what your brand does. Remember, the concept of branding is what to create a strong and positive perception of your business, its products and services in the mind of your customer. And when you are branding online, you are not only branding to your customers or those that have known you are branding to the entire world, those that did not even know you. And you do that for two reasons. For number one is that when they need what you do, they should be able to come to you. And then the number two reason is that when they know someone that need what you need, they can be like, I've known so brand. Try them, check them out, patronize them. Like yesterday while we were having class, I was giving a professional advice on business name legalization, that is business name registration. And I offered that, okay, I know a couple of few people that register business for people that that have trusted them, and I can direct you to them. Doesn't mean they were the one that registered my business. No. But because of the way they have branded themselves, these people are not even people I've met online, but I can guarantee you that they will deliver they will deliver. Okay. That is the power of branding. That is what branding does. I don't need their product, but because they have so branded themselves, okay, if you just come to me now that you want to create, want to register a business name, how can you go about it? I'll be like, oh, meet so person. Why? He or she have branded themselves in such a way that I still remember, I remember about them whenever the issue of a business name comes up. The same way as a fashionpreneur or as a tailor, someone should remember that, oh, you sew clothes. When the need for sewing of clothes arises, someone should remember your creative designs when the need arises. And that is why you are doing that online. You don't just put right up, I'm the best tailor, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. People will want to see what content. And these contents are the content that I call graphical content. Okay. Now, number one graphical content that we'll be looking at is is photographical content or pictorial content. Okay. Number one content that we'll be looking at here is okay, excuse me. Okay, someone that just joined the group there, and but she's not part of this recording. Let me just drop a note there. Join the video chat. Okay, so I think I've done that. So we can continue with our discussion. So I said that number one graphical content that you need to brand your business online as well to remain in the eyes of your customers as well is what pictorial graphical content. And when I'm talking about pictorial content, I mean this content can be pictures of your brand. It can be your logo, it can be your products. And when I'm talking about products, it can be your clothes. Okay, clothes that you have made, and then you snap them, you snap and send it online. Okay, and you can use your phone as well to create great pictorial content. For example, the pictures I used for my anniversary shot were all taken with phone, and I still use phone to do the editing. Okay, let me see if I let me just forward a couple of few pictures that I used yesterday. I objected not to take studio shots. I wanted to use my phone to take those shots. Okay, so I've gotten one here. Let me just send it like just two. Let me send like just two. Okay, so can you see the pictures in the group? I've sent two pictures there. Can you see the pictures in the group? There are some of the pictures that I used yesterday just to brand in respect to our anniversary. Okay, you get. So I took those shots with a phone, and I also edited them using a phone, a smartphone. You get. So that is what we are talking about. When you are telling people that, okay, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, and then you should be able to prove it, like in the things you make, like in pictures. Okay, and if you don't take good pictures, you will end up creating a different or a negative perception of what your brand is as a low class brand to the people out there. Okay, I'm not saying because I use phone to take shots and then you should go and do that. No, 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 no. I was intentional about doing this. If you need a studio pics, you can be doing that. But what's what's up with your products, like the clothes you make? Will you always be calling a photographer to come and help you do that? Of course, no. You have to what? Snap them with your phone from time to time. Okay? I still use my phone to do the editing of these pictures, as I've earlier said, and I take my product photo with phone. I edit it with phone. I post it with phone. Can you see how a smartphone is now working? A smartphone and social media working together to do what? To brand our business. You got that? Okay, so the second graphical content that we'll be looking at here that can help to brand our business online is photographical content. The first one we talk about uh pictorial content. The first one was a pictorial content. Now this second one is photographical content. It's something similar but in a different format. Okay, now I just mean I refer to stuff like flyers. Okay, like a design of the message you have to offer embedded in one picture. You want to pass out a message, like a short message. Sometimes people will feel easier, will feel more easy reading pictures, write up in pictures than the ones that you just post. Okay, like the flyer used for the creation of the awareness online, that is about this anniversary free class, is a flyer as well as the flyer I used for my anniversary offer. They are all flyers are made with my phone. These are the photographical content I'm talking about. I'm trying to convey a message to people on things I do, and I've packaged it what in a photographical content. Okay, now let me send some of the flyers, that I designed. Okay, I used this yesterday. Let me send. I used this. I used this yesterday, and then it was also designed with my phone. That is the important point I want to stress out there. Using your phone to create this content and brand your business online. So okay, I'm trying to see a couple of others. Okay, let me go to my Canva. Okay, so I have this as well. This the anniversary offer. Anniversary offer. I designed this with phone. I designed this with phone, like just using my phone. I was able to design this. Okay, as well as all of my online courses, I do design them with phone. You get? So you can take advantage of our 50% off discount to sign up for our digital skill class at 3K instead of 6K, and learn how to create all of these stuff that I'm talking about, how to design them with your phone. Okay, so the last one that we'll be talking about, the last graphical content that we'll be talking about before we wrap up for this night is video graphical content. Now, I remember talking about this video graphical content in a series. That was one of the last series I took before, or I wrote before this. That is before my anniversary. I think that was last week, and I talked about video graphical content. Now you must have to learn. Sorry, I talked about the 3 skills you must have to learn as a teller. Okay, I talked about 3 skills you must have to. Okay, I talked about 3 skills you must all have to learn as a teller. And number one skill that I talk about is phone photography skill. To snap, how to snap picture with your phone. You have to learn that skill. And then number two is phone graphics designing skill, that you need to learn how to design all this graphical content. Like this one, the flyers I sent are all flyers that I use my phone to design. Okay, you have to learn how to create this, so you won't be spending maybe money you would have pushed into doing other things to pay people to do for you. I'm not saying it's bad to pay others, but you shouldn't just always spend money on things that you should have done yourself. Like just for this anniversary, I've designed like over 5 different type of flyers. And the other day I was with one of my friend, and then we were chatting. I was like, why I was designing the thing. The guy is a graphic designer. I was like, ha, bro, so if say a flyer now is how much? The minimum is how much? Is it 2,000 or 2,500? Was telling me that the minimum one someone can design a flyer for you is 2,000. And I was like, man, I just created 5 flyers with my phone. So that means in return I've saved what, 10,000 naira that I can use to do another thing for my business. Okay, hope you guys get the point that I'm trying to make here. Now see, people love watching videos. We're talking about videographical content here. People love watching videos. People love watching videos. They won't want to read your 1 minute write up. Like people are so lazy to read 1 minute write up, but they will end up watching you 2 to 3 minutes or even more clips, like videos that are very interesting. They will end up watching like some even for 5 minutes, 30 minutes, even 1 hour plus. They are just there watching people's video, but you will not see them read. So you should also be able to brand your business to this set of people who love watching uh, video graphical content. Now, some of the interesting video graphical content that you can learn how to create and will keep you in people's eye are: number one, product video. When I talk of product video, I mean you made a particular outfit for yourself or for someone, and then you take a video, edited video of it. Okay, maybe from the production to the finishing to the person rocking it and all that. That is a product video. Now 3D animation. When we are talking about 3D animation, we simply I simply mean I simply uh, means cartoon. Okay, stuff like cartoon. You should be able to create things like that. Do I have something like that on my phone here, or is it close? I have it on my phone. The question is if it's close. Okay, is it close? Okay, so if I see that, I'll be sending it. Okay, if I don't see it, then we'll continue with what we have to do. Also, I think we'll just continue. Okay, so that is what that is whiteboard animation. Then we also have dancing animation. Okay, I think I can see dancing animation here. So let me just quickly send it. Okay, so the videos are loading. You can take a watch at them, take a look at them. The videos are loading. So they are dancing animation. Now, if you want to convey a message, to people using this tool, you can easily get their attention to watch it. Okay, maybe you are like that. What I did there. One of the work there is a work done by me myself. Then the second one is a work done by one of my students. Now, one of the things I was doing there mostly was to brand my editorial brand. That's a brand that is responsible for training of the digital skill, the training on the digital skill aspect, to brand that brand and show people what the brand can help them do. Okay, so that is it about that. And then we also have other videos like whiteboard animation. We have 2 explainer videos and a whole lot of others that you can leverage on to use and brand your business to grab people
Is it
attention.
just
Now the
me
good
or
news is
everybody?
you can actually
I can't hear you speaking, Master P.
hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Wow. Hello, if you can hear me, let me know. Hello. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. You can hear me. All right. So let's continue. I was telling you that the good news is that you can actually create all this video graphical content that I've mentioned above with your phone. And by taking advantage of our 50% off anniversary discount, you can save yourself extra 3K and get the cost at just 3K. The cost is around 6K. The cost is 6K. I'm forwarding the flyer of the course at, excuse me. Okay, so the cost is 3K, but it's going out at, the cost is 6K rather, but it's going out at 3K. So if you want to sign up for it, or even the anniversary class, or we are offering 50% off on all our online classes. So if you want to sign up on any of them, just click on the link that is there, sign up here. On that link, it will take you to my WhatsApp where I will attend to you, and then you make your payment. And if you sign up for the for the digital skill class especially, you see a lot of things that you'll be learning there. You'll be learning phone graphics designing, you'll be learning phone photography, you'll be learning phone video editing, you'll be learning phone animation making. You can go on like take your time and go through the outline and see the other things that you'll be learning on each of these sub topic that is there. So guys, in summary, today I'm recapping the class, then I'll take your questions and then we end it up. Okay, so in summary, today we looked at the tools for branding your business in a digital world, and we focus more on branding your business with a smartphone on the social media or on social media. And in order to do the branding on social, that is in order to do the branding on social media, you have to use some content to keep being in the eyes of people in order to create this strong and positive perception of your business. Because we say when we are talking about branding, it's all about creating that perception. People should have this strong perception, strong and positive perception about your business, its product and services. Okay, like when they are thinking of anything, they should remember you because you have done that. You have branded yourself as someone that they can go to that that particular thing that they need. I take it again that, and in order to do branding on social media, you have to use some content to keep being in the eyes of people. Then, in other words, to create a positive perception of your business, its products and services in the eyes of those people or in the eyes of your customers. So tomorrow being the last day, we'll be going into, guys, we'll be talking more on the keys to building and branding your fashion business. We've covered the concept of branding yesterday. We'll look at how you can brand your business today and the tools to use to brand your business. So tomorrow we'll be getting the keys to building and branding. We'll be covering two aspects: building and branding your fashion business tomorrow. Okay, so without a key to a particular door or gate, you cannot open a closed door, no matter how you want to gain entrance into it. So tomorrow you'll be gaining access into, or you'll be giving keys into branding your business in a global world. Okay, so guys, see you tomorrow. Hope you'll be here tomorrow by 7:30 p.m. and we'll be wrapping up this series. Okay, once again, my name is Master P. I'm a unisex fashion designer and also the CEO of Master P Fashion World. I'm also a fashion tutor, and my aim is to help you become a better version of you. I hope that you had a nice time learning here. So before we let go, or we end the class for tonight, any question? If there's no question, any question, what have you learned? These two things is what is going on now. What have you learned for tonight? And do you have any question? I'm waiting, guys. If you can't hear me, log out and join. So guys, can you hear me? What have you learned for tonight? What have you learned for tonight? What have you learned for tonight? Do you have any question? So I'll be doing a countdown from 5 downward. So if you have any question or you want to drop your contribution, then you do that just unmute your mic and start talking right away. But if you don't do that and I finish the countdown, then we are ending the class for tonight. So let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So guys, it's nice having you here. It's nice being with you here, and I hope you have a nice time learning. The most important thing is the value have been dished out, and the rightful application of it is what yield result. So go and brand your business the right way. Go and create this online presence on the right platforms, and then see you at the top. Before I go, I will be giving assignment, and the assignment is you should create an online presence on social media platforms like Facebook page, Facebook account, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and the rest. So make sure you find a social media platform that uh you know is popular, or that you are not on, and create an account with it. So tomorrow you guys will be giving me feedback. Okay, so that is all for tonight. It's nice having you. I remain Master P of Master P Fashion World. I am a unisex fashion designer and a fashion tutor, and my aim is to help you become a better version of you. See you tomorrow, where we'll be talking about the keys to branding and building your fashion business in a digital world. Have a nice and a splendid night rest. Thank you.